Hey guys, Ben here. So I know it's been a while since I've had an update, and I know everybody wants one. Not going to get into it too much, but I've had a bunch of starting schooling for machining and stuff, and I don't really have a whole bunch of time. So those of you who don't really like the streams, I apologize for doing so many of them, but really it's the only time I have because I don't need to edit it or anything. Let's jump right into an update because we haven't had one in a while. Update on the Chaos Dogma project. This is where I've gotten so far, and I can't really get much further than this without actually making the shell itself. And I want to do that off of Shapeways because they can print in a nylon material that's actually durable enough to use. That will allow me to get enough detail in there because I can get a decent amount of detail with regular 3D printing, but it's going to be a severe pain in the rear end to try to do hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. It's not really efficient for me to do it that way. So, not to mention I would still need to buy the molding equipment, the molding supplies to mold everything so I could cast it, because I wouldn't really want this type of filament 3D printing. The current plan is to eventually get it printed off of Shapeways. The model is probably 85% done, but the main issue isn't the model. The main issue is the fact that the shell, to print off of Shapeways properly the way I want it to, is going to cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,200. If I plan on molding them, it's going to cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,000. So that's kind of where my point is at right now. I'm kind of limited by funds, so I kind of want to sell Glass Construct to fund Chaos Dogma, and everyone's like, oh, don't sell it or whatever. I seriously doubt it's going to sell anyway. If anyone knows how much Oculus Dawn went for, that is a laughable price compared to what I want for Glass Construct. It's mainly to fund that project. It's a blaster that's going to be more than double the price of Oculus Dawn, and you know, people are already dropping their jaws like, what's wrong with you? But I have my own reasons. I have a written out thing, but I'm not going to try to justify it right now. But I've already talked about that part long enough, and people don't like that, so let's just move on. Still talking about Chaos Dogma because I'm trying really hard to focus on this, but it's a lot of thinking. I've changed the barrel like 6 or 7 times. It started with a floating barrel because I didn't want a moving breech because of certain reasons that I'm not going to get into. Now I'm going back to a fixed barrel, I think. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't want 17/32 brass because that's what this is, because it's a little bit tight, especially on full-length darts. You get the heads of waffle darts, let's say, and it will start twisting as it goes down. It'll twist, bind somewhere, and then you have a jam. So I don't really like 17/32 because it is a little bit tight. However, the Caliburn barrel material is just about perfect. It's tight enough where no air is going to escape around the outside of the dart like it would on 9/16, but it's not so tight that it's sticking the dart in there or having a chance to bind like 17/32. It's right in between those two. The only problem is you can't fit this inside here unless you get a 17/32 reamer, which is exactly what this is. So, went out, got a nice reamer, reamed in about this much. I can pull this out, but I'd need both hands, and I'm currently using one of them to hold the camera. But it's well in there. It's probably about this far in there. I can ram it in there a little bit more, but I have a feeling that if I ram it that far in, I'm not going to be able to pull it out by hand without damaging something. And it's already airtight, so I'm going to leave it like this for now until I know exactly what I'm going to do. But, so yeah, this might work, because I can have the convenience of 17/32 with the fit of the Caliburn barrel material, so I can put 9/16 over this and have a sliding breech and make that nice and piston actuated and get that all nice. So this solves a lot of the issues that I was having, because, you know, this length of material, somewhere around here I think it would be, that's not enough to jam up a dart, or at least it's not enough. It's enough to significantly lessen the chance of a dart binding in there. We'll see what it ends up being in actual practice, but I think this is what I'm going to go for the time being. I said that a little bit weird. I'm running out of options here, so we're gonna try this. I think is going to be the first attempt at a barrel, but nice thing about Dogma is I can figure out what I need to afterwards I'll make it work eventually. So, not a very big update, mainly focused on Chaos Dogma rather than a bunch of different things, but I wanted to get some kind of video out there that wasn't a live stream, and, you know, I think the barrel material thing between the aluminum and the brass, I think that has the potential to be a step forward in this, so hopefully that does something for someone else. Hopefully someone can utilize that besides myself. If you do, let me know. I'd be curious to see what you do with it, because that kind of also eliminates the need for 9/16 and then tightening rings, because that aluminum really is a very, very good size. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.